In this video, we're going to go through 22 Canva tips and tricks that will not only make you feel like a graphic design expert, but it will help you speed up the process of design so you can work more efficiently. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sandra and I talk all about creating and selling digital products online to make passive income. If you're not new here, welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning into another video. If you haven't already, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button and give this video a like if you are super excited to get more comfortable and efficient in Canva. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get notified when I post new videos every week. This video is for you if you're already using Canva or you've never even heard of it before. It's a great platform and tool to create social media content, create digital products that you can sell online, and so much more. So without further ado, let's jump onto my computer and go through some Canva features that you probably have never heard of. All right, we're in Canva. I've just opened up a square artboard to work with. So first tip is text effects. Now I'm going to go to the left-hand side here. If you've ever used Canva before, you're very familiar with the toolbar over here. So I'm going to go to text and add a heading. And let's just type in coffee as our text because I'm a coffee addict. And let's go at the top right here. And I'm just going to change this to uppercase. Let's play with the effects of this text. So let's go to effects at the top. And you'll see over here, you can add a shadow. You can make it hollow, splice. You've probably seen text like this, maybe on social media. You can go to echo. And also, if I go to shadow, I can even change the way the shadow looks. So I can go offset, how much I want it to be offset, the direction of the shadow. I can even blur it if I want to. And I can play with the transparency. And you can even change the color. So let's say I want to change it to a pink or a purple. You can also do that. Number 2 is curved text. So if I'm selected on here again and I go to effects, scroll to the bottom and you will see curve. The fun part about this is you can actually change how much it's curved. So let's say I want to do 50. So it'll look like that. And what I could do now is I could copy and paste. So if you're on a Mac, it'd be Command C, and a PC, Control C. And then Control V. And then I can change this to, let's say, minus 50. So it'll go the other way. And I can line that up. And you've probably seen curved text in Instagram posts or maybe on merchandise like a t-shirt or even in printables. So this is the way you can do it. Number 3, single key shortcuts. I'm all about efficiency. So instead of going to text, you can also type T for text and a text box will appear and you can change the size over here if you want to. And if I want to add in a rectangle, just type R. I can change the size of the rectangle. I can change the color up here. Type C for circle and type in L for line. Tip number 4 is line styles. So with that line selected, I can go up to the top right here and I can change the weight of the line right over here. And I can also change the style of it. So I can have like a dashed line. And then you can also change the style of the start and end of the line. So you can do an arrow, put a square at the end, and you can also do the same thing to the other side. Number 5, lock elements. So what you can do is, let's say I have this rectangle and I want it to stay in the background and I don't want to touch it. So let's say I have some sort of text here and I want to start playing with this artboard, adding in some more text and graphics. If I want to lock the rectangle, I would select the rectangle and I would go to the top right here and go lock. So now if I move this around, I won't be able to even touch that rectangle. So this is really helpful if you don't want anything in the background to be affected while you are editing the foreground. Number 6, filter with keywords and color. As you know, on the left-hand side, you can go to elements and you'll see all the graphics that you're able to use in Canva. But if I want to filter for something very specific that I'm looking for, let's say I'm looking for watercolor. So I can type in watercolor. And all these watercolor graphics will show up, but if I want to filter it even more, I can click right here and filter it to, let's say, a blue color. I'd click on the blue and click Apply Filters. So all these blue watercolor graphics will show up that I can work with. Number 7, alignment or the position feature. So let's say I move this text around, but I want it to be perfectly aligned within the center of this artboard. So I would select it and go up to the top here, go to position, and I'd go to center and middle. So now it's right in the middle of the artboard. Now let's say I want to do the same thing to the rectangle. We did lock it. So what you can do to unlock it is just select it, go to the top right here and go unlock. And I could do the same thing by positioning it. Click on position and go to middle. And now it's right in the center of the artboard. And of course, you can also position it to the top or the bottom. Number 8, tidy up. This is actually one of my favorites. So I'm just going to copy and paste 3 text boxes, and this can work for graphics as well. So let's say I want to make sure that all 3 of these are aligned and the space in between the text boxes are the same. So what I could do is I'll select one of them. I'll hit Shift and select the other 2. So all 3 are selected now, and I'd go up to the top right over here, go to position again, and go to tidy up. Now you'll see that not only are they aligned perfectly vertically, but the space in between the text boxes are the same. Number 9, group elements. I'm going to select all 3 of these again. I'm going to go up to the top and click group. So now all 3 of these text boxes have become one element. So when I drag one, all 3 move around together. Now, if I want to ungroup, just go back up and click ungroup. Number 10 is crop and fill. This is actually 2 features in one, but I thought I would just combine them together to show you. So I selected this graphic from Canva, this cute little dog. So I'm going to select it and go to the top here, click on crop. And you can actually crop this image. So let's say I want to crop the graphic maybe halfway through or maybe around there. And the reason this is really helpful is because there's no eraser tool in Canva. So it's great if you could just crop out parts of the image. So I would just click enter. And now it's cropped the image for me. So I can resize this and put it off to the side just like that. Now, to take it a step further, if I want to flip this vertically or horizontally, I'll select it, go to the top here, click flip, and select flip horizontal, and you've got the dog looking the other way now. Number 11, animate. This feature is really helpful if you're trying to download an MP4 file, so a video for maybe social media or Pinterest, or maybe if you're creating like a YouTube intro. So I've added in text here right beside the dog. So I'm going to select the graphic and go to animate. On the left-hand side, you'll see all the different ways that you can animate this. So let's say I want to go fade. That's what it's going to look like. Tumble. So let's do tumble. That's kind of fun. And I'm going to do something similar to Rocky. So I'm going to select the text and select the animation that I want. So let's say maybe fade. That's what it would look like as a quick video. And so this is what it would look like. Number 12, add images in quickly. You can upload images by going to uploads on the left-hand side and go to upload media. And then you can just select any photos or any graphics that you want to add into Canva. But you can actually do this even quicker by dragging in an image from your desktop or a folder within your computer. So for example, here, I can drag in this image of myself onto the artboard, and it will show up on the artboard as well as upload within my images on the left-hand side. Number 13, drop shadow effects. So I'm going to use my image here as an example, and I'm going to add a drop shadow to this image. So I'm going to select it, go to effects, scroll down, and you'll see shadows right here, and I'm going to click on drop. So you'll see it's added a drop shadow, and I can actually play around with this drop shadow as well. So if I click on drop again right here, I can play with the offset of that drop shadow, the angle, transparency, and also the blur. Number 14, outline an image. I'm going to use the same image from before, but I removed the drop shadow, and I'm going to change the color of the background so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Select the image, go to effects, go to shadows again, and click on glow. Then I'm going to click glow again, and I'm going to change the color to white. Then I'm going to bring up the transparency to 100, and I'm going to change the size. So you've probably seen this from creators using in YouTube thumbnails. I've used this many times in my YouTube thumbnails. Number 15, remove background. So if you're wondering how you can actually remove a background before you add in all those effects, just click on the photo, go to effects, and go to background remover. Now that the background is removed, you can add in any background that you want behind. This is actually something I do a lot in my YouTube thumbnails as well. This is for Canva Pro. So if you wanted to try the 30-day free trial for Canva Pro, I'll leave a link in the description box down below. Number 16, frames for photos. I've added in a circular frame from Canva, but the way you can find it is just go under elements, Scroll down and you're going to see a section here called frames, or you can just go to the search bar and type in frames and take a look at all the ones that are available. So I'm going to drag in an image into the frame so that it becomes a circular image. I'm going to go to uploads and let's drag in this one here right into the circular image. And I want to show you an example of when I've used this before. This is a free guide that I offer. It's 20 digital product ideas to sell online. And at the very end, you can see I added my information and I wanted to add in an image of myself. So this is the circular frame that I used from Canva. Number 17, add hyperlinks. So if you're creating a PDF document that you're sending out to people and you want some of the text to be clickable, this is all you have to do. So this is just an example I'm putting in here. Follow me on Instagram. And if I want Instagram to be a clickable link, I just have to highlight it, go to the top here, and you'll see the link icon. Click on that and you can add in your URL right here. So let's say if I want to add in my Instagram URL, and I would hit apply. And if I were to PDF this and send this to someone, they could actually click on Instagram and it would direct them to my Instagram account. So I'll show you an example of what this looks like. This is again the free guide that I have, and the last page has my information on Instagram and YouTube. So if I hover over Instagram, you'll see that this is a clickable link, and same with my YouTube channel. This would direct people to my pages. Number 18, share templates. This is actually also one of my favorite ones, but you do need a Canva Pro account for it. But this is how you can sell templates online, like social media templates, wedding invitation templates, or whatever it may be. So this is an example from Canva. This is a direct template from Canva, and this is just an example for the sake of this tutorial. But of course, you would not just resell a Canva template. You would have to create your own template with your own fonts, colors, graphics, and that sort of thing. So what you would do is, let's say I want to sell this template that I've created from scratch. Let's say I would go to the top here to share, and you'll see right here it says share a link to edit. Click on that and select share a link to use as template. Once you've selected that, you can copy the link. And if you share that link with anyone, they're able to access the template and edit it for themselves. So this is what it would look like on the other end. If you were to share that link with someone and they clicked on it, this is what it would look like. And they could click on use template and then they're able to edit it. Now, if you're wondering how you can actually share this link, let's say if you're selling it online, maybe on Etsy or your own platform, you would just use that link as a hyperlink like I showed in a previous tip. Number 19, brand colors. So you can see it's really easy to change the colors of your elements and your text. All you have to do is select it, go to the colors at the top here, and you'll actually see that I've created a couple of brand colors for demo purposes, but I'm going to show you how you actually create this if you have brand colors that you want to use for all your social media platforms. All you have to do is go to add another palette right here, or you can actually go to the home page, and you'll see on the left-hand side here of the home page, it says brand kit. So let's go to that. And this is where I've added some demo palettes for the sake of this tutorial. But if I wanted to add a new one, I'd go to add and discover palettes right here, select add a custom palette, and then you'll see that it's added right here. So let's just call this one Demo 2 palette. And you can start selecting colors within your brand. If you know the hex codes of your colors, you can actually just copy and paste them into here. So let's just select a few random ones here. Okay, and then you have to open up a new artboard for this new palette to show up. So let's open up a new artboard. Now, if I want to change the color of this rectangle, you'll see right here, if I go to colors, Demo 2 palette is right there. So I can change the colors based on what I've saved here. Tip number 20, copy and resize board. So this is an example of an Instagram post that I did celebrating reaching 20,000 subscribers. And I also wanted to create an Instagram story out of this. So what I would do here is I would go to resize, and you'll see the size 1080 by 1080 pixels, which is perfect for an Instagram post. But I want to now create another board with the same design for an Instagram story. So I'm going to change this to 1080 by 1920 pixels, and I'm going to click on copy and resize. Now it's opened up a second artboard where I can use this for my Instagram stories. And what I could do is I can now adjust any of the text or the graphics for it to suit the story more. Number 21, duplicate page. I personally post a lot of carousels on Instagram, so I use this a lot. Now, this is an example of an Instagram post that I did, and I wanted 2 pages for a carousel, and I wanted both of them to look the same, just with a few different words. So you can see right here, I've just basically duplicated the page and changed a few of the words. And the way you would do that is you would just go to the artboard and click on duplicate page. So this saves a lot of time if you just want to change a few words and have the same type of image. On the other hand, if you just want to add a blank artboard and work on it from scratch, you can just scroll to the bottom and add page right here. Last but not least, number 22, smart mockups. This is actually my favorite one, so of course I saved the best for last. So an example of this is I've created a cover page for a free guide that I'm thinking of creating, and that is Discover Your Niche in Just 5 Steps. Now, I want to create a mockup that goes along with this. So all I would do is click on the actual image, go to Effects, and you'll see Smart Mockups right here. So you can select a phone, a computer, and you can scroll through these to see what works best for you based on what you've designed. But I'll just use this phone here as an example. So I would select this one. And what's great now is my cover page has actually shown up on the phone. Now, of course, the dimensions are different based on how I've designed it. So what I would do here is I would actually select that again right here. And you can see that you can select fill, fit, or custom. So if I go to fit, it will adjust the mockup so that my cover is shown in the right dimensions. And that brings us to the last tip that I have for you today. Let me know in the comments if this video was helpful and what you took from it. Also, let me know which tricks were the most helpful and what you're gonna try out first. You can also grab my free guide on 20 digital product ideas that you can sell online. I'll leave a link in the description box down below. What's great is some of these can actually be created in Canva as well. Next, I recommend you watch more Canva videos on my channel. I have a video on how to create printables in Canva that you can sell on Etsy and how to create ebooks in Canva that you can sell online. Give this video a like if it was super helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel before you go and hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you next week. Bye for now.